Namaste, beloved. How are you? My name is Syma, and I am a sacred feminine and spiritual coach, healer, and author. I am so excited to support you today in helping you to have more faith. This is one of my favorite things to support my clients with. I have the blessing of supporting highly sensitive and soulful women all over the world in uncovering and healing their greatest blocks and navigating change and transformation and helping them to experience transformation, which is usually a spiritual initiation that we're being called into. And then, of course, to really flourish in every way into the goddesses that they truly are. And in the midst of all of this, and of course in my own life, we always have things going on. One of the greatest things that we work on and that I'm always being initiated into increasing is faith. Faith is something that often gets tested in us when we are experiencing a change or transition, and what I like to see as a transformation and a spiritual initiation, right? Where we're being called to step into something higher. And part of that is deeper faith, which requires so many things and really changes us on so many levels. So one of the reasons I'm doing this video now is because in April, when I'm making this video, actually next week, we are doing a monthly goddess circle on the Butterfly Maiden. My monthly goddess circles are online monthly gatherings that you're welcome to join if you'd like. But we're talking, because it's April and it's spring and season inspired by butterflies, on how to embrace change and transformation by awakening the Butterfly Maiden. And with, again, things that are happening in my life that I'm sure you are going through if you are attracted to this video, one of the greatest elements of embracing transformation is faith. So I would love to give to you some very practical and inspiring and empowering goddess guidance today. It's a beautiful step-by-step way to really help you on how you, my loves, can increase your faith. So I really hope that it serves you. So in terms of goddess archetypes and guidance, that's how I tend to work a lot. The first goddess that comes through is Hecate, because I feel that it's really important for us, especially those of us on the spiritual path, to allow ourselves and give ourselves permission to just call something what it is. To admit when we're struggling, to admit when we're lacking faith, when we're feeling frustrated, when we're feeling abandoned by God or Goddess or the universe, when we're feeling really on our own, when we're feeling our faith is being tested, when we're feeling like I'm doing everything I can and why are things still such a struggle, why is this good thing not manifesting, why this challenge is still continuing or even getting worse sometimes, right? So that's when we can just feel so lost and alone and abandoned and even depressed. And I hope that's not the place that you are in, my love. And if you are, please get the help and support that you need, because you are not alone and you are so guided. I have many resources as well on my YouTube channel that I hope will serve you. But it can really take a toll on us, right? It can really make us wonder, am I supported? So I love working here with the darker goddesses, and there are so many of them, but one of them is Hecate. She is a Greek triple goddess. And as you can see, she's holding this beautiful lantern, and this illuminates the way. She helps us to, in the present moment, she has the three heads here that you can see. And so she'll help you when you awaken and harness this inner wise woman, which is what she is, to look at the past, present, and future simultaneously, so that you can stay centered in your faith as you harness the lessons of the past and look to the future and imagine and envision and ask for guidance on the best possible possibilities for your future, right? What lessons are you being called to learn right now and from the past that you can fully own in the present, so that you can create the best possible future? So Hecate is a really wonderful goddess to help you in the present moment, just to get very real. And she brings the darkness into light. That's another thing that her lantern symbolizes, is she's not afraid to go into dark places. She's often seen in graveyards and lonely dark roads, at the crossroads. So often we need faith when we're at a crossroads, right? That's another way that Hecate can really help us, is what choice do I make? What is the best direction for me? What's my next step? I don't know. And there's all this uncertainty which can really trigger us and test our faith. So she will bring your fears into light so that you can shine your light onto the darkness, the fear, and through that come into more faith. So that is the first step. So the next step, my love, is to know that there's a higher wisdom in charge. And this is where this beautiful Greek goddess also, Irene, comes in. And I love how she's holding this child in one hand and a cornucopia in the other in her arms. And this is a reminder that there is always a higher wisdom in action. So to trust into that and to lean into that, to know that everything is unfolding for your highest good. So this is where we can really summon that faith to know that I am not in charge. I can do my best, but there is much greater, more powerful, benevolent, and infinitely loving force, whether you call that force God, Goddess, Universe, Love, Creator, Divine, however that resonates with you. Just tap into that and know that it has your best interest at heart. I love Dr. Wayne Dyer. He used to say, trust in the wisdom that created you, right? So trust that you are a divine child of a holy creator who loves you infinitely and is always working on your behalf. So know that that doesn't mean challenges won't come. They will come, but you will still be held. And you will be blessed and guided and protected and shielded. And the best thing you can do in those times to invite that is have faith, right? So that is, in a way, helps us to have the faith, knowing that it's not all on me. I'm not on my own here. There's a much greater force at work here that loves me, that is in charge, that I can surrender to and receive support from. So the next thing we do, even though we're not on our own, we want to empower ourselves. And here the beautiful goddess Brigit comes in. Brigit is the Celtic triple goddess, and like that fire, she will help you to tap into your strength. I like to see it as the solar plexus really strengthened and shining. This is your power center in the center of your belly energetically. And this is about really, again, replacing fear with faith. So she'll help you to calm your fear and to trust in your own inner wisdom. And truly your inner wisdom is the divine, your soul, your higher self, speaking to you and through you, guiding you and empowering you. So you really must trust in your own resiliency and resourcefulness and how tapped in you are to infinite wisdom and guidance. So trusting in yourself as well as the divine will really propel you forward on your path to having faith. By the way, I should note that I do have a beautiful monthly goddess circle that you can get now via replay on my school, and I'll leave that for you in the link, but it's called Blazing Forward Fearlessly by Awakening the Goddess Brigit. I also have one on Hecate, which is about really embracing and uplifting to the highest level your past, present, future with Hecate. So I'll leave that info for you if you're interested. But the next thing I want to share, I'm just looking at my notes here, is for you, my loves, to, on your step in terms of increasing faith, is to lean in. So I talked about that a little bit earlier, but a more specific way, and I love Mother Mary for this part. Mother Mary to me really represents infinite faith, saying yes to divine will. Mother Mary says yes to God, to birth Jesus. And what that means for us as women is that we have to be that vessel to say yes to the divine, to birth our own Christ consciousness, our own divine consciousness, and at the same time to completely let God, Goddess, or the divine flow through us, to uplift and bless every part of our lives and to open us to miracles, right? So that we're not in that place of fear where we are stuck and just closed off and shut down. Mother Mary represents tapping into that infinite faith inside of you where you can pray and you can ask for help. So it's so simple, practically speaking. All you do is just ask. Say, I'm frustrated with this, I'm lost about this, I'm struggling with my faith here, I don't know what's going to happen here, I'm scared. Please help. Please show me a higher perspective. Please open me to miracles. Please help me to receive, which, my loves, is the next step. So Hathor is a beautiful Egyptian goddess. She's a cow and mother goddess, and her message for us, her guidance for us to tap into our feminine power of receptivity. So receptivity is so connected to faith because we have to, in order to increase our faith, we have to receive that grace. And in order to receive it, we have to know that we are worthy. So the key to receiving is to feel worthy. And how do you feel worthy? It's by, again, with the Hecate, uncovering any blocks that you have around unworthiness, the shadow side, the darker side, right? Where we are blocking ourselves from feeling that we're worthy, the self-criticism, the lack of self-love and self-worth and value, right? So Hecate can really help to bring all that up to our conscious awareness, and we can heal that with her. But so with Hathor, we now reclaim our divine worth and value, remembering that you are a beloved child of the universe and your worth is inherent. There's nothing you have to do to earn it. There's nothing you could do to unearn it. It's just yours, and you're worthy just as you are, because you exist, because you were created from love. Okay, my love? So please allow yourself to receive infinite support and miracles, and have faith that they are on their way to you right now. So as we continue, then in one of the next steps for having faith is embracing the cycles. As I shared, Butterfly Maiden is the goddess we're focusing on right now. And no matter when you watch this video, if you really want to deepen into embracing change and transformation, you can look into and explore and enroll in the online goddess circle. But she really reminds us, my loves, that life is cyclical. The goddess is in fact our maiden mother crone. We're linked as women to all the phases of the moon. And so this is embracing it, knowing that life, there's the nurturance and the fruition, there's a harvesting, and then there's the death or transformation of it. So everything in our lives, there's peaks and valleys. And so if you're finding that you need your faith because there's a challenge you're presently facing, then that is an invitation for healing for you, for trust, surrender, leaning in, letting go, letting God, and stepping into even deeper love and faith and trust and surrender. And if something that you want to manifest isn't yet coming, know that there's divine timing to it. So have faith in releasing the old to make way for the new. And again, know that life is cyclical, and no matter what part of the cycle you are in, that it's all part of life. So please don't take it personally, that, again, the universe or goddess has abandoned me, or I'm doing all this praying, I'm doing all this spiritual work, I'm doing all this practical work. Where are my results? Where is my miracle? Where is the change that I actually want, right? Where are the solutions? Sometimes we are in the midst of a crisis because that is an invitation for a transformation, right? The goddess Kali is really powerful here, where she just breaks apart our whole life, the foundations upon which we build our lives, so that she can help us to know who we truly are and obliterate our fears and the illusions that we have, the attachments that we have, the things that we think are who we are, but really aren't in spiritual truth. So I actually have another video on that on my channel. I believe it's called Embracing the Goddess of Transformation, or the Goddesses of Transformation. Please visit that so that you can learn more about transformation from the Kali and more badass and harsh perspective. But in our circle with Butterfly Maiden, and what I want to share with you, we're focusing more on just embracing the cyclical nature of life, knowing that it's never anything personal. And again, Jesus, one of the loveliest, kindest people to ever live, right, suffered on the cross. So it doesn't matter how spiritual we are, what we practice. We all, as human beings, are actually here to experience the full range of life, the full range of our emotions, because this is why we're here, right? And so we just want to embrace them and feel things fully, and to get support when we need it, to embrace these cycles, and to celebrate it as evidence that we are alive, we are here, right? We get to experience all this richness. So I know it can be really challenging when we are in the midst of, a really great challenge. And trust me, I've been through so many who followed my story, and I continue to go through some all the time. There's always something. And Butterfly Maiden reminds me that it's okay to be like that caterpillar in the cocoon, in the chrysalis, to be in darkness, to be in uncertainty, because what will happen after, as you surrender to that process, transformation, and you flutter into that butterfly. And so finally, the last goddess to support us here is Arakira. I love that Arakira has the word cure in her name already. And this is just about having patience with ourselves in the process of our change and transformation, and as we're opening and praying to have more faith. But also, my loves, Arakira and other goddesses, they remind us to be present now. So the best way to actually practice faith, right, after all these teachings, how do you apply this wisdom? To be peaceful now and to do things presently that will help you to become peaceful. So for me, what I find is most imperative here is sacred self-care. Especially when I'm in the midst of uncertainty or can get into fear mode and constantly working on that sacred self-care, which can include, again, praying, meditating. I love to do the metta meditation, the loving kindness meditation. It makes me feel really connected and peaceful and filled with love and feeling like I'm a channel of love. Grounding is really essential, like spending time in nature. It really helps you to feel anchored and rooted and strong. And shielding your energy is essential. Clearing your energy is essential. Nurturing yourself, honoring yourself, setting boundaries. So all this encompasses sacred self-care. That's why I include all these practices in depth. I teach them in my course, Sacred Self-Care for Sensitive Souls, because I feel that anytime, well, for sensitive souls, I think these things are essential, but especially when we're going through a time where we are being called into deeper faith, we need to take excellent care of ourselves. So I invite you to consider what that looks like for you, and what are 2 to 3 things that you can practice right now that will help you to feel more peaceful, feel more grounded, feel more nourished, and just really take sacred self-care of yourself so you can be present and peaceful now. Right? So whatever that means to you, it could be yoga, it could be reading, it could be time in nature, listening to relaxation music, trying a spiritual practice. So whatever that is, my love, please explore that so that you can, as you're opening to having more faith, demonstrate your faith by living your life fully now with presence and peace and grace and gratitude. So I really hope this has served you. If any of these circles that I mentioned that we've already completed, such as the Brigit, Hecate one, we're going to be doing a Butterfly Maiden one, I will leave links for them in the description if you want to explore them. I'd love for you to consider joining our monthly circles, which is a beautiful way of working with me in an extremely affordable way in our Sacred Sisterhood. That is our online group. And you can visit me at flourishinggoddess.com to receive so many more gifts, including a guided meditation MP3 where you will connect with 14 goddesses. It's a beautiful, powerful tool for sacred self-care and also self-empowerment and awakening the goddess archetypes and energies and powers and gifts within you. So I hope that serves you. Please leave me a comment sharing with me where in your life you're being called to have more faith right now, right? Maybe what you have been struggling with, and which of the teachings or the goddesses that I've shared spoke to you, and which one of these steps you need to really practice that will help you. And then even report back afterwards, my loves, and let me know how things are going for you. And know that I am praying for you so much with all my heart that whatever is happening in your life right now where your faith is being tested, I am praying that you open in mind, body, heart, and spirit in every part of your life to divine miracles and beautiful, easy solutions that come to you on the wings of angels and from the love of the goddesses in the entire universe, and that they come to you quickly. I ask that all inner and outer barriers that could in any way delay or block you from experiencing these miracles be completely healed and released and transmuted, that you may instantly and immediately receive the rewards of your beautiful faith. Amen. And remember, one of my teachers, Dr. Wayne Dyer, his favorite teachings, one of so many, is when he said, infinite faith creates instant results. And for me, that means infinite faith creates instant miracles. And sometimes that miracle is just a shift in our perception, right? In how we see something that can really free us to move forward. So I could go on, but I hope this has helped you. I'm sending you so much love, and I look so forward to reconnecting with you again. Namaste.